Welcome to the Arduino 101 course. My name is Aland and I will be your course instructor. So in this section, I'm just going to take some time to introduce you to the course, the topics that we're going to cover, talk about some of the format of the course, and then finally just give you some strategies for success so you can really gain the most from this course. So first thing we're going to talk about, well, what the course is about and what you're going to be learning. So here are some of the key concepts and ideas that I've got listed out here. So the first one is circuit design and implementation. So this is going to cover things like normal circuits, Arduino circuits, resistors, motor drivers, and other different components. The next thing, the big fundamental, is Arduino C++ programming. So this will include basic C++ fundamentals, external libraries, and a lot more. We're also going to be covering actuators and sensors. In fact, we cover over 10 different kinds of actuators and sensors in detail in this course. And finally, there's going to be a huge emphasis on project design and creation. So there are going to be independent mini projects and other bigger projects scattered throughout the course to put your new skills to use. Because at the end of the day, this course, as you'll see, is a lot about putting those skills to use and really testing your knowledge. Next, I want to go over some course expectations. First off, this course is going to be 100% free and 100% fun. You are in charge of what you want to learn and when you want to learn it. There is no barrier, there are no paywalls, none of that. Whatever you want to watch, you can watch, no problem, no restriction. One of the things I recommend that you do have is any computer or laptop. Now, anything from a Windows laptop to a MacBook to a Chromebook, that's all fine. All you really need is a web browser and a steady internet connection. One thing that I did find is tablets can work. So if a tablet is really all that you have, then you can use it. But I would caution you against that because they are very tricky to work with. Especially if you don't have a mouse and using a touchscreen, and also tablets can sometimes be a little slow. So if you've got a computer or a laptop with a web browser, that's it. You're set. Now, for those of you who would like to really take this course to the next level, you can buy physical circuitry. So this course relies on 3D modeling software in order to simulate circuits. But if you would rather work on more physical circuits, if you've really got a passion for this, I have a link in the course webpage for more information on suggested materials. So feel free to go ahead and read that if that's something you're interested in. But other than that, there's no need for physical circuitry, no need to pay for anything, none of that. A big emphasis on this course is about implementation. So there's no prior experience that you need. You just need to be ready to learn and be willing to learn. That's really all it is. If you're excited about learning this and if you find a passion in doing all of this that I'm describing in this course, then you will 100% breeze through this course like no problem. Here's just a diagram about the course layout that I think will be useful for you in case you have any trouble navigating the course. There are 6 different chapters in this course, and each chapter has multiple topics. So if you're seeing this video, then you're doing a good job already. So here's the order in which I recommend you go about things. I would first watch the topic video and take notes if that's something you're interested in. Then if a video recommends that you work on an exercise, then go ahead and work on that independently if possible before you look at the solutions. Again, like I said, this course is all about implementation and putting your skills to use. So the more you take things on independently and on your own time and with your own skills, the better, because making mistakes is all part of learning. Finally, when the time comes for a mini project or the end of course projects, well, you're going to get creative and do your best. There's going to be no solutions there. So you're going to rely on things that you've learned previously and maybe even some new knowledge that you might have to gain in order to work and implement these new circuits that I'll describe. Here are some strategies for success in case you ever end up struggling or having a tough time. The first thing is to take your time. This material isn't going anywhere. There's no restrictions on any of the material that I have out. So you're going to be learning at your own pace, whether it be an hour a week or 15 minutes a day. I don't really have a recommended pacing, but the only thing I do recommend is following this timeline. So every chapter and every topic will build upon one another. So unless you're a highly experienced student, I recommend starting at chapter 1, which you're already doing, and going sequentially up to chapter 6. There's really is an advantage to say, oh, I want to start at chapter 4, topic 3, and then go to chapter 2, and then maybe go back to chapter 1 because I'm bored, and then go back to chapter 3. It doesn't really make any sense in doing that. Just go sequentially. The next thing I would do is rewatch videos, and this is something that I did a lot when I was learning Arduino 8 years ago. Don't be afraid to hit replay. Rewatching videos is often the best way to reinforce your understanding, and it's something that I highly encourage and highly recommend. Maybe watch the video once just to sort of grasp everything that you can, and then watch it again to take notes so you have something to look back to. Finally, you're going to really need to experiment around in this course because robotics is just a giant experiment, and you're only going to learn more if you play around with things more. So do something that isn't suggested, make those mistakes, do something that doesn't even make sense just to try it out. Because as long as you're experimenting and learning around, that's all you really need. And one of the things that I say when I'm teaching, that I'll be saying when I teach this course is, I'm basically giving you the tools you need to start your own experiments. So that's the approach and mentality that I would go into when viewing the videos of this course. Finally, of course, is to have fun. One of the things that I think gets overlooked with robotics is that it's just a bunch of circuitry and coding, and that's one part of it, but the other part of it that I often tell my students is that it's a way to create things that you've always wondered as a kid how they work. And I think if you really focus in on that curiosity, you'll do wonders with this course, and of course with your future experiments. So have fun, keep learning. This material really isn't going anywhere, so continue to be curious, keep experimenting, and just keep learning. And that's the mentality for this course and all of the future videos that you'll be watching. So that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the second video of this chapter where we'll talk about getting your software set up for the course.